And we are live. You already know what time it is. It is the Wolfer Power Hour. We're going to get into all the dirty, degenerate level TA on Trump coin, on Melania coin. We're going to hit the other altcoins like Solana. We're going to hit the altcoins like potentially even XRP. We got to look at the overarching impact of how Bitcoin is looking right now as it pertains to where we think the Trump coin and the Melania coin could be going. Could Trump coin and Melania coin go nowhere? Absolutely. Could it go to the moon? Absolutely, but we got to get into the technical analysis to understand exactly where it could be going, and we got to look at the top-down analysis on Bitcoin because that is 100%, whether you like it or not, going to influence where those meme coins go. Okay, so Trump could go up, absolutely. And actually, I want to point out that yesterday we were talking about where Trump could be potentially going, and it actually went there. And if you were paying attention, you could have caught the bounce. I was not paying attention. I did not get to catch the bounce. Hey, it is what it is. You can't catch them all. This ain't Pokemon, man. And you don't have to catch them all to be profitable. That's the point, right? Yesterday, we took an $1,100 profit live on the channel. It was great. I couldn't have asked for more. I mean, these are the trades that we've been taking. Like they're just great. You know what I mean? Like we cannot complain. Whenever you're profitable, complain. Nobody's gonna laugh at you whenever you're making profits, okay? And if you don't believe me, you know, we'll pop it up on the screen, man. This was a week ago, okay? This was a week ago on the 15th. We made 2.6K. We made 1.9K just the same day. We made 1.2K the same day. Literally longing Bitcoin, shorting Bitcoin, right? Riding it up and down. Solana, 750, man, on a short. Bitcoin, 2.4K on a short. I'm even going to show you the losses here in a second. Bitcoin on the long, $787. We made a little bit of money on a Trump long. Then we made a little bit of money, 1.1K on a Bitcoin long. Literally, we are taking these trades live. We're giving you the analysis live every single day. If you are not subscribed to this channel, if you are not following me on Twitter, I'm posting those trades and I'm showing you the profits. I'm showing you what I'm seeing on these live streams every single day. If there's something that happens in like the moment and I feel it's pertinent, I'll get the information out. I'll give you, hey, this is where this gets, you know, confirmed. This is where this gets nullified. I try to do as much as I can for people. Just make sure that you're actually subscribing to the channel to be able to see this stuff. I mean, this stuff it's serious, man. Like this is serious stuff. So if you want to take, you know, 2.4K profits in a day, like we just did, 2.6K on the 15th, 2K there, 1K there, 750, 2.4K again, 787, 159, 1.1K. Literally yesterday, we did that live on stream, man. We did that live on the stream. I don't think people realize that, like, this is a thing, man. This is a thing. People are literally out here. This was a 30% move for us. We made almost 1.2K on a $4,000 trade in 15 minutes live on the stream. If you would have been paying attention to my levels and the orders that I was placing at that time, you would have taken that trade with me and you would have made, you know, $1,000+, right? We took 444K or just right after that on a long on Bitcoin whenever we cycled it, man. It was beautiful. I mean, I can't complain. We took $100 on a Trump long. We took a $500 loss on Trump. You know, that just is what it is. So, I mean, there are losses that come in here. It's not all gains. It's not all gains all the time, baby. Like, it doesn't work like that. So my point is that what we're going to do is we're going to show you some overarching analysis on the entire cryptocurrency market and help you to understand where Bitcoin could be going and where that could send Trump and the, you know, meme coins and the Melanias of the world. And then we're going to get into the analysis of those, right? So let me just get in here really quick. Let me do one quick thing. Just let that DJ Craigie play. Let that DJ Craigie spin. All right, let's see what we got. Bitcoin's pumping right now, man. Bitcoin's pumping right now. We cannot complain. We cannot complain. Bitcoin is pumping right now. So, you know, this is what it is. Okay, we're at almost 107 on Bitcoin right now. This is pretty good stuff. I mean, this is legitimately, we are pumping up. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like, you know, the markets aren't gonna be heating up a little bit here, right? Because they're absolutely heating up, right? This is what everybody came for, right? This is exactly what everybody came for. So, see what we can figure out. Okay, Now, from an overarching perspective, we're going to get into Trump here in just a second because Trump is already pumping. Okay, Trump is already pumping. Let's see. We're on the 1 minute chart. Yep, Trump is already pumping. Okay, look at that bad boy. Kissed right off of our support zone. Boom, blast off, baby, blast off. Right. We called out all these zones yesterday. We'll talk about them here in just a second. Now, here's the one thing that you're going to want to take into account on Bitcoin. There is a downward sloping parallel here. Okay. And that is from where the previous all-time high was to we're trying to break out of it right now. So if we close this candle outside of this, right, this is on the daily chart. This is overarching like top-down analysis, right? If we close a candle above this level right here, which is about 106, call it 106.1, 106.1. Yeah, almost exactly $106,100, right? Which we've been having a real hard time. If you've been watching the charts, we've been having a real hard time at the 106 level, like right here. And I'll show you that on the hour chart here in just a second, but I want to get through this first. So what we're first seeing is that we do have kind of like, we almost have a W pattern too that could break us to the upside if we close outside of here and then we confirm one more candle above the close of this candle. Say, you know, let's take the magnet tool off. That thing's messing with me. Say this is a breakout candle. It closes above here. If you close another candle above the high of this without going back and closing a candle back under this support zone, after you flipped it from resistance to support, you could be seeing a breakout on Bitcoin to the tune of about, you know, probably about $120,000 in my opinion, right? Now, I say this, be cool, be cool. Okay, first and foremost, let's get our public service announcements out of the way. If you are watching me on Twitter, okay, make sure you come in here to the Drew Wolfer Twitter and make sure you hit that follow button. It's literally right here, okay? If you're watching this, I literally see there's 136 people watching this right now. Follow, like this post, comment on this post what you think Bitcoin is going to be doing. Make sure you hit that like button, okay? The people that are watching on YouTube, that's where I do the majority of my stuff. Make sure you go over to my YouTube channel, which is right here, youtube.com/@DrewWolfer, right? youtube.com/@DrewWolfer. Boom. That's my YouTube channel. Come right in here and hit that subscribe button and then bang on the notification bell for me, okay? If you like the fact that I actually give you this analysis, okay? Now, is this a good place to start building potential short positions? I do think that it is for a nice swing downwards. We'll see what happens, but I do think this is a place where you can start building short positions at about 107, 108, 109, and 110, okay? Now, I'll show you why here in just a second, but, you know, we'll get into the analysis. Now, first and foremost, you could see this coming out here and confirming outside of here. We will have to wait until tomorrow to see if this confirms outside of here, because what could happen is you come right up here, you close this candle, and then you just boom, run right back into the range. You see what I'm saying? And you run it right back down. You back test it as support, right? You come up, you confirm, you don't confirm, you come back, you back test it as resistance, bam, you fall, right? Now, at the worst, you could be falling down here to about $96,000 if this were to continue downwards, right? And you get back inside of this channel, right? But just take this parallel into consideration. Seriously, like take this parallel into consideration. We also have a second, which is a smaller macro or micro upward sloping parallel right here that we just ran into resistance to at about 109, or I think it was like, yeah, 109.6 or something like that. So you could see that parallel bring you back down inside of the larger parallel channel, right? And if you break this, if you know about upward sloping parallels, they tend to break down, right? And the downward sloping parallels, they tend to break up. So what you could ultimately see is this right here. You get back inside of this channel, you break down, you come back down here, you test this, and then you break out of the parallel, go to new all-time highs that we're seeing from a massive cup and handle that gives us a price target of about $120,000 on Bitcoin. Okay, so I'm not saying that you should short here. I'm saying this is where this range right here is probably where you would think about taking high risk to reward short positions. Okay, 108, 109, 110, somewhere in that realm. Okay, you could even start building a starter position here at 107. I started building starter positions down here more like 105. I think it was like 104.7, something like that. probably a 105 almost exactly. So just think about that, because there could be short-term pullbacks, right? And if you watch the S&P and you see what happens with the S&P, if the S&P goes down, this thing's coming right back down, right? So we do have the 100 moving average that has moved into this channel that will act as support on the daily chart. That is good news, okay? Now, secondarily, I want to go to the hourly chart, because what we also see on the hourly chart, we're going to keep this downward sloping parallel up, and then I'm going to show you what's going on the hourly chart on Bitcoin, right? So we do have, let's see, those are the resistances. Let's zoom in here just a little bit, get off of here, bam. And we do have an upward sloping trend line, okay, which is like a micro upward sloping trend line, right? That we just tagged, we came back down, it respected it. We're moving up. We're kind of like having a little bit of a hard time. We were having a hard time right here, first and foremost, right? You can zoom in and see it, right? We were having a hard time right here getting through this, right? But now that we've gotten through it, this is going to be your inflection point right here. Like, are we going to get rejected off of the midpoint of this trend channel right here, right? Are we going to get rejected off of this, come right back down here to about 102.5? Maybe we could, and that would get us right back within this channel. Now, if you start trading and bing bonging in here, that's when there's going to have to be a decision that will be made, because whenever you start trading inside of these, like, this would be technically, I mean, this would be a wedge pattern that is a rising wedge, and rising wedges, if you get back inside of this, watch out below, because rising wedges tend to break down. Okay. So that's all I'm saying. There is a lot of downside pressure here at these levels, and especially up here at these levels, right? Could you be seeing a little bit of a cup and handy forming? Potentially. Absolutely. You could. And then boom, you write it, you know, somewhere up here. Yeah, absolutely. We can draw that cup and handle too. Because now that I'm looking at that, I'm seeing that looks nice and prim and proper, baby. Let's check out that let's check out the little cup and handy that we just figured out. Okay. Boom, boom, and drop it down to right about there. Boom. Let's measure what the upward trajectory on that would be, and bam. Whoops. Okay, so let's say that the cup and handle, you know, does actually start forming here, right? And you get a nice little handle over here, right? And then you get your breakout. Jesus. Okay. Get your breakout, say right here at this range. You're looking right up to the top of that channel, which is 112, 113, right? We were calling this out on the stream the other day. Now, are you going to get a full measured move on this? I'm not 100% sure. I always aim for about a 75% measured move, which would give us about 110.7, 110.5, something like that. So just watch out for that on the Bitcoin chart. We do have a lot of upward pressure that's building right now. And what do I mean by that? I mean, there's like, look, we've bounced off of the bottom end of this channel twice, which was right above the 200. We kind of kissed the 200. Then we hit the 200, bounced off of it. We reclaimed these moving averages. And now, I mean, we came up and rejected off of this like almost immediately, this 107 level. 107.291 was the high on this. Okay. So secondarily, what you're also going to be seeing, and we're going to save this as cup and handy, right? 1 hour cup and handle. Okay. And then we're going to get into Trump here in just a second. We need to understand what's happening with Bitcoin though, because Bitcoin is absolutely going to drive the price of Trump. Okay. If Bitcoin's getting slammed, Trump's going to get slammed. Bitcoin's going parabolic, Trump's probably going to go parabolic. Same thing with Melania, potentially. Melania kind of got wrecked. We'll just be real about that. So let's take this off and I'll show you the resistances right here. Okay. So we've got two kind of key resistance levels that we had a really hard time getting above. As you can see, we had a hard time getting above it here. We had a hard time holding it here. And then we had a hard time getting above it right here. Okay. And now we're just barely within spitting distance, that Hakua distance, right, of these two resistances that we've now flipped to support, right? So we have to close this candle for this to be confirmed that we are above this resistance. Then we will have to close another candle above the close of this candle. If this candle indeed closes above this resistance level right here, we would need to close another subsequent candle here, back test it, and then bounce. And then it's new all-time highs, most likely. Okay. You're targeting anywhere from about 109.5 to about 110.5 on that type of a move. Okay. Now, the other thing that I am seeing that's a little bit problematic, and we'll take all of these out of here. We're going to leave this upward trending channel. And if you want to know why we got up here, I'm going to show it to you. This is what's called a WV pattern, okay? And it played out almost exactly, okay? Which is why we're struggling here, because this is the full measured move of that, right? So if you don't know what a WV pattern is, I've got it drawn on here, but this is the target on it, and look where we're at. We're right at the target, okay? So a WV, W, and then you retrace back down to about where the midpoint of that W was, and then you bounce and you measure the move with this over here, right? With this line over here. So that's exactly what happened. It played out almost perfectly. Unfortunately, I did not get an entry on this. I wish I would have, but I'm good. I don't care. You know, it happens. You can't catch them all, man. You can't catch them all. So at the end of the day, we did see this WV pattern play out extremely well. That was beautiful. We do see an inverted cup and handle on the 1 hour chart. If I zoom in just a little bit, let me zoom in. And it's looking like this cup and handle did indeed get nullified, which is, you know, potentially good news, right? So can you come right back into that cup and handle pattern? Yep. You would have to break above really this right here to nullify this cup and handle, because now what you can do is you can actually say, okay, the cup and handle, instead now it's trending up, right? Instead it's trending up, right? So that's kind of what you're seeing on the cup and handle right now. Is like this move right here. Okay. So we're still technically kind of inside of this cup and handle, and guess where this cup and handle could take us if we broke down. Let me just pull it. If we broke down right here, it would take us to about 95.4. I actually posted about this on Twitter last night. So if you're paying attention to my Twitter, congratulations, I guess. You know, make sure you follow my Twitter. Make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube channel, and then boom, banging on that notification bell. Make sure you're commenting anything that you want me to see in the relevant section. If you want me to look at a meme coin or any asset, and you want me to do live TA on it on the fly, just let me know in the comments section right now. If you want to see Trump pump, put Trump pump in the comments section. If you want to see Trump dump, put Trump dump in the comments section. If whatever you want to see on Melania, put that in the comments section too. If you think Bitcoin's going up, put it in the comments section. If you think it's going down, put it in the comments section, right? We're going to give you both sides of the coin, okay? So now that we've kind of extended this out, let's extend this out a little bit further, right? Okay, and bam. Okay, so we've got it out till at least Wednesday. Okay. So this is kind of what we're seeing on the cup and handle. This still could play out. This is super overextended on the cup and handle. I don't want to spend too terribly much time on it, right? But let's say it breaks down over here. You're looking at probably $95,000 price target on Bitcoin. And I would say you're probably going to really come closer to 97.5, which again is right in the middle of that downward sloping trend channel on the 1-day chart that we have up right now. And as you can see, it's right here, this dotted line, this dotted green line right in the middle. Okay. So secondarily, the other thing that I want to show you, okay, where is my head and shoulders? Okay, so we do have a head and shoulders potentially on the 1 hour chart. Okay, look at this bad boy. I'm gonna see if I can get my magnet tool on so we can make this thing perfect. Okay, so we do have a potential head and shoulders pattern on the 1 hour chart that could bring us down to about $91,000. 75% of the measured moves about 94.4. Okay, so that would make us lose all of these moving averages and all these key levels of support. Okay, which is not necessarily what you want to see, but this is a very head and shouldery looking pattern, right? You've got your left shoulder, neckline, head, neckline, right shoulder, neckline, right? So if we come down here, if we start falling here, and I front ran one of these, actually it was this trade right here. I'll show you. It was this trade right here from 106 to $101,000. I front ran this, and we took a massive gain on this. Where was it at? I think it was over here. 105. Where's it? 105. Yeah, it was like right here, I believe. This was the head and shoulders pattern. Okay, I'll show you. I'll draw it. And I actually did this and took a $2,500 gain on it, right? So it was like, I believe it was like this, boom. Come on. Magnet tool is messing me up. And I shorted like right up here. Where was that head and shoulders? Do I have it saved? I'm trying to remember. What day was that? What day was that? It says it was closed on the 19th. the 19th, which was 2 days ago. No, that wasn't closed on the 19th. It was before that. 105. Anyways, my point is that I took a head and shoulders pattern. I believe it was right here. Oh, this is the hourly chart. That's why I can't find it. My bad. It was on the daily chart. All right, let's turn it off. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so we front ran this right here. Where's the 1 day head and shoulders? Yeah, right here. So I front ran this right here, and that head and shoulders was actually right here, I believe. And then I front ran it to about right all the way down here from about 105. I believe it was like 105 right here. And we ran it all the way down to about 101, something in that realm. That might not be the exact trade. It might have been a different trade. I know we made like 2.4 or 2.6K on it. Yeah, it might have been this one. Either way, sometimes you can front run a head and shoulders pattern and get paid on it. Now, that's only... Look, do not do this, okay? Do not just front run head and shoulders just because you think it's something to friggin' do, okay? There's a reason why I front ran the head and shoulders, and it's because we were running into a resistance near that head and shoulders point, and we were running into not only resistance there, we were running into the value area high and upward trending channel resistance and a key level of resistance, which was from a previous swing high. So I didn't just front run a head and shoulders because I was like, oh, a head and shoulders might be playing out. No, there was like other levels of confluence there. So for example, on the hourly chart, I'm seeing we just got above this channel, and the last time we got above this channel, we got sucked right back into it, right? And we took a massive candle up to that channel, and you can see this volume candle right here. If you look, this volume, dude, these things make me so mad sometimes. This volume candle right here is bigger than the candle that took us even further, right? This candle took us from 102 all the way up to almost 109. And this volume candle is even bigger, showing more downward pressure, right? And look at the size of the candle on this. And then look at the size of the candle on this. It's more wick than it is candle, right? So there's a little bit of toppy nature happening here. And I do see that head and shoulders pattern, and it could play out. Now, where does it get nullified? Right around here, right around the all-time high, probably 108.6, 109, something like that. But even up there, I still think that there's a shorting opportunity, right? And if we want to know why we think that there's a shorting opportunity, it's because there are also some very key levels that we are getting outside of long-term upward. Yeah, right there. So that's why I think that there are levels that we can also see playing out where it is a shorting opportunity at those levels as well. Why? Because we literally ran into it, bam, got smacked down from it. If we run into it again at about 110, bam, there's a pretty high likelihood we could get smacked down from it again. And if you want to know what these are, all we have to do is go over here to the daily chart, and I'll show you exactly what they were, right? It was this upward trending channel, right, that we broke down out of. We back tested it here, bearishly fell. Back tested it here, bearishly fell. Back testing it here now, bearishly, and we could fall, right? Upward trending channels do not like to break up. They break down. Same thing here. Look what happened. Whenever you had that inflection point, it broke down, right, where those two areas were. This is a trend channel. This one right here, in and of itself, is a trend channel that has been established since 2017. This one tracks all the way back to the 2017 bull run. Okay, so now let's get all that stuff off the chart. Let's get back to the 1 hour chart, and we're gonna pull some fibs really quick. I think I might already have the fibs pulled, but we want to understand, like, are we overextended? Are we not overextended? Are we at the 1.618 Fibonacci? Like, where are we in terms of, you know, should we be shorting or longing here, right? So this is the Fibonacci from the all-time high to the all-time low of this range, right? So this is the new all-time high to the ultimate low of this range, which was subsequently the 200 moving average, right? Now, we did come up to the 0.618 and we got rejected from it, right? And then we got through it. Now we're getting rejected from the 0.786. So is there a likelihood that you could trend back down here to, you know, say the 103 range to the 0.382? Yeah, it's absolutely likely, right? You could see that happen. Now, here is the ultimate low from the previous all-time high, which was at about $89,000, was the ultimate low after this previous all-time high that was over here, right? And then if you measure that to the ultimate high here, you can see we've already got almost a 1.0 extension on that. And we came down and we didn't even test the golden pocket on this. We hit the 0.5, we rode the 200 up. Is it likely that we come back down here to about the 101.5 range and ultimately come down to the 0.618 because that's like a magnet and it loves price to return there right at the $97,000 range? Honestly, I do think that that is a likelihood. It's highly likely, and there's a lot of confluence that could line up with that, with our head and shoulders pattern, with our inverted cup and handle pattern, and things of that sort. So now, like, what can we find that's bullish, right? Obviously, we have this cup and handle, right? That could get us up to about 112, right? That's good news. So what we can also find that's bullish is that we are above those parallels, right? Those parallels, and let me take the ones off, right? We are above this parallel now, right? We are also trending up towards the top of this parallel, right? And we're caught in it. And secondarily, we're trending up towards that 1 hour top of that parallel, right? Which is essentially the same parallel for the most part, but you see what I'm saying, right? So it's kind of got the same inflection point. You can see it met right here. It got rejected. You could see it coming back up here to about 110, something like that. That's why I would be, in my opinion, building short positions at 110, 109. That's probably good. You know, I've got short positions pending short positions open at 110, 109, and 108, right? And I'm looking to ride it back down to the value area high at the very least, which is right here. And I'll show you where that value area high is right now. And this is a fixed range volume profile that we pulled, and that value area high is literally right here at about 102.5. Okay, so what happened the last time that we got outside of this value area high? We got sucked right back into it and rode the bottom of it for a little while, and then bam, finally got back outside of it, right? So is there a likelihood that this repeats, right? It could happen. It could happen. I'm not saying it's going to. I'm saying that it's happened before. It can happen again, where you get a rejection here, right? You set a higher high, you get a rejection here, and then you come right back down into this range. And at the very least, you test the point of control, which, surprise, surprise, is at $96,700. So we're seeing a lot of confluence at this kind of like $97,000 range. But I think if you get below this 200, and you get below this value area high right here, these 2 points, which is right around 102.5, and as it sits right now, 101. If you get below this, I think you've got further downside, potentially down to the bottom of this range. Okay, so that's just my opinion on it. I mean, you also see kind of like a parallel that we broke out of right here. I can even show you with a trend line really quick. Boom. Let's just call it this. Okay, we broke out of that. We bullishly back tested it. So if we get back below that, then you're going to see yourself riding down on that, right? And let's see if there's a parallel. What we can do is pull the parallel channel tool, and we can get it from this ultimate high, if it'll let me do it. Bam. And then we get it right over here. Boom. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a parallel here. This is an outlier. This is an outlier. This is an outlier. Got sucked right back in. So, I mean, you could see coming down here to, you know, $87,000 potentially is kind of like worst case scenario on Bitcoin right now, in my opinion. So, I mean, actually, we should probably leave that up. Is that a downward sloping trend channel? Yeah, we'll just leave that up on the hourly chart. 1 hour downward trend channel. Okay, cool. Now, let's go see what's happening with your boy Trump. Let's see what's happening with Trump. We did see exactly what we were talking about yesterday happen, where I said, look, this is right whenever we were getting ready to sign off of the stream. I said, look, if we lose this level, we're going right here, and likely we're probably going to come right down here, right? And that's exactly what happened. We did. We came down right here. Did we tag this exact support level? No, we didn't, but we came within spitting distance of it. $33 was the ultimate low. I think it was like, let's see. $33.37 was the ultimate low. If you caught the long here, pretty legendary long opportunity, honestly. If you caught it at this $30 level, that was even more legendary. If you caught this long right here, you rode it right back up to about 43 bucks, came right back down, boom. We lost that level. We came right back down to that level exactly. And now we are trending up on Trump all the way to about 44, damn, like 45 bucks on Trump, dude. This is a nice move. So let's pull some fibs. I need to understand what's going on with Trump really quick from an overarching perspective. So we need to see from this ultimate low to this ultimate high, where could Trump be going potentially if it pulls back, right? Okay, so we've got the 0.618 is right here at about $36. And then the full extension is right there at the $30 range again. I mean, that's your full extension. That's where it could go. I think that the $24 point is like the real like pickup bottom of Trump short term, unless if Bitcoin starts dumping, don't get me wrong, like Trump could very easily go under $24 by a lot. If Bitcoin dumps all the way down to like 90K really quick, you're going to see Trump dump probably more down to this 2.618 range, which is like $7.71. But if Bitcoin is pumping, okay, then let's understand where it could go if Bitcoin pumps, right? If we want to see Bitcoin pump, let's delete all of these off of here as well. So we don't need those anymore. Okay, so from this kind of like ultimate high, let's see if that's the ultimate high. Yeah, so we'll say it's this ultimate high, right? Caught it on a bounce. We'll drag it down here to about the ultimate low, and let's see where that puts us, right? This is essentially the ultimate low. Okay, so as you can see, you rode that 0.236 like it was something to do, man. You rode that like the friggin' town bicycle, man. You bumped up. Now you're on the 0.382, and you are riding that thing like it's something to do too. This is like a merry-go-round, right? You're coming up, down, trying to regain it right here. You need a secondary candle to regain this. And then where you're ultimately looking to exit is right here at $51 at that 0.618, or at the very least at 48 bucks. If you took a long down here, legendary long, like that's a legendary long, man. If you took it all the way down here at like 30 bucks, where's it at? Bam. If you took this long down here, I mean, you're in big, fat, nasty, dirty profits right now. So I'm liking what I'm seeing for the most part on Trump. It is trending upwards. You're going to have some massive, well, I wouldn't say massive. This is a 1 minute chart. We can't put too much weight on it. You're going to see some decent level support here at 38 bucks, right? Because here's the thing. If you get down here to this 38 buck range, it's not going to be pretty for you because you've lost all these moving averages, the 50, the 100, and the 200. So you're really you got to hope and pray for a bounce at that point. This dude's in it at $25. Dude, legendary. If I was you, I'd be holding it right up here to this 0.618 at about 51 bucks. Obviously, you know me, like I would actually be taking profits. If I were you, I would take profits. I always take profits. I would take half off of the table and let the rest ride, risk-free. But yeah, that's kind of, I mean, that's a great trade, man. That's honestly really good trade, dude. Good for you. I love to hear that. Boom, 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 boom. See what we can get on Melania. Let's see what Melania is doing. Woo, dude, she's pumping. She's killing it. Damn, Daniel. She hit it. She hit it nasty. That's nice. Okay, let's pull the fib on her and let's see where the let's see where that ultimate support is. Or where that ultimate target is. Boom. Okay. Ooh, it's front running. It's front running. It's front running. It's front running. It's front running that 0.618, that golden pocket, man. Got a nice little rejection at the 0.5, tried to wick up. Nope, sorry, pulled it right back down to the 0.382. I mean, these Fibonacci's are super, super powerful. Look at it, just it respected it. Day trader's dream, man. I'm not a super day trader. Like I don't have the time to manage it like that. But like if you're a day trader, this is your dream right here. Bing, bang, bing, 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 boom, bing, 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 boom, bing, 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 boom, right? You're going up, you're going down, you're loving it, right? So in my opinion, Melania's got upside here to about $4.60. That's where I would be looking for a rejection, especially if Bitcoin gets a rejection here, right? Because we are seeing Bitcoin kind of stalling out here a little bit on the hourly chart. So actually, what the heck is going on here? Yeah, you're starting to see Bitcoin kind of like get a little toppy nature to it. I think Bitcoin's got some bearish divergences too, printing on those smaller time frame charts. Now, let's get into, I want to get into a little bit higher time frames. It's hard to pull these fibs on a 1 minute chart unless you're trying to do like literally 1 minute analysis, which is fine, you know, if you want to do that. But yeah, actually that we did kind of pull it from the ultimate high, right? So yeah, you could see it running up to about $6. And if you look, $6 is where we fell from, right? Bam. Dude, Fibonacci's are super powerful. Fibs are super powerful. Now, could you see a nice little cup and handy forming here? You could. On the 15-minute chart. Is that what we're on? Yeah, 15-minute chart. Nice little cup and handy. Boom, 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 right? Bam, right? So let's see what that would be. Yeah, I mean, it's taking you up to $5, which is this previous swing high. Here's going to be your resistance right here. Your first resistance at $5.15, $5 region, somewhere in that realm you're looking at. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see what else we got. Where's our horizontal raise? Woo, dude, look at that dump. We were so far in the weeds that we didn't even see this. Like, geez, dude, like this is a dump. That's a dump, dude. Forget Bitcoin reserve, Trump reserve. He wants that Trump pump, baby. Dude, I saw some really funny stuff. I forget what it was. I forget the second meme coin, but there's a literal hedge fund right now that has just applied for an ETF for Trump coin so that they can have a Trump coin reserved ETF. And there was some other meme coin that they applied for it on. I forget what it was. But it's hilarious. I mean, like meme coin, friggin' ETF, dude. Are you kidding me? Like that's crazy. That's absolutely bonkers. So let's get this fib out of the way. And yeah, I mean, dude, this thing didn't even break up from the downward trending channel, like the downward sloping wedge. Wedge patterns usually tend to break up. Downward sloping wedge patterns, they'll bing bong, right? And what usually happens, right, is you come to this inflection point and then you break up. There was so much downward pressure on this. They just sold the bottom out of it, right? They just sold the bottom out of that bad boy. So let's get these trend lines off of here. Yeah, there was the bull flag. Actually, dude, so we called this bull flag yesterday on the 1 minute chart. It took us right where we said we were going to go, right? Literally, look at it. It's right in line. That was our target on that bull flag. We can get all this stuff off of here now. I mean, we literally called this all out live, literally live. Crazy, man. The way that these things play out sometimes, yeah, no utility. I mean, technically Trump has no utility either. They're both just meme coins. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is, man. Reverse head and shoulders on Melania. Let's see. I'm not seeing an inverse head and shoulders. We can go. I think you probably put that before we got off of the 1 minute chart. So let's go to the 1 minute chart and see what you were talking about. Yeah, I mean, you could see that coming, right? You could see that coming. Shoulder. Head. That's pretty upward sloping, man. That's really, really high slope on this. Yeah, I mean, technically it fits the criteria. It's super, super upward sloping, which I don't necessarily like. I don't like the massive slopes on these, but yeah, let's take the price target. I mean, I dig it. Surprise, surprise, takes you up right here at about $5, man, to that previous swing high. I mean, there's your resistance right here. Is your swing high is gonna be $5, right? Like you're setting. Here's the problem though. Here's the issue that you're gonna see. Let's get this off of the thing. Okay. Here's the problem that you're seeing, right? You're getting lower highs and lower lows, right? So you set a high here. You set a lower low, you set a lower high, you set a lower low, you set a lower high, you're probably going to set a lower low, right? So it is downward trending, and that's not like looking super great for the market right now. I mean, you could probably be seeing the same thing on Bitcoin right now. I mean, literally, like we're looking at a cup and handle, potential cup and handle on Bitcoin. But if we look at the 1 minute chart, we could be seeing the same exact thing on Bitcoin, you know, to be honest with you. We're actually seeing the exact opposite. We're actually seeing the exact opposite on Bitcoin. We're seeing is crazy. Okay, so we got a low, we got a lower high, then we got a higher low, then we got a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then we've got a higher high, right? So potentially what you could be seeing on Bitcoin here is setting a higher low yet again, right? Somewhere in this realm, you know, probably in the, you know, 106 range. I don't know, man. I mean, that's a tough one to call. That's a tough one to call, man. Like, yeah. I mean, he says I scalp them, so I hit it hard and get out. Yeah, I get it, man. I'm right there with you. I mean, sometimes you just got to do that. And here's the other thing: you can take losing positions and build them into winners, right? So like, you don't have to win every single trade at the very beginning of it, right? Like you got to be okay with drawdown. You got to be okay with being in the negative for a while. And you psychologically speaking, you got to be ready for that. So what do I mean by that, right? I'll give you an exact example of this. Let's go to the 30-minute chart on Bitcoin. Okay. So say that you see, like, say that you're like, okay, we're reaching shorting levels, right? And say that you start entering right here. And I got to get this magnet tool off. Okay. So say that you start entering your shorts right here, which is at this previous kind of catch point, right? And you're like, okay, I'll start entering my shorts here, right? And then it moves against you, right? You can take a short position up here and then sell that short position off right here for a profit, right? And then say it continues to move against you again, right? Say it continues to move against you again. Okay, another short position, you take it off down here at a profit, right? And then you say it keeps moving against you. All right, you take your short position again, take it down here for a profit. And even if it moves against you again, you take a short position. And then if your directional bias is like, hey man, there's super massive downside potential here, and your entry price is like right here, then you could take, say you've got like 0.1 Bitcoin here, and then you put another 0.1 Bitcoin here, you take it off the table there, right? And then you've still got a 0.1 Bitcoin short at this level. You take another 0.1 Bitcoin short, you take it off right here at this level. Another 0.1 Bitcoin short, you take it off at this level. Now you've made 3 profitable trades that probably moved your average up, right? To, instead of being there, now your average is probably like up here. And then you take another short here and you try to write it down, and then you get out here at break even on that short because you've increased your ability or your dollar cost average. And then bam, you run right back down in here into this, and then boom, you've got a profitable trade. So like, by doing exactly what he's talking about right here, DCAing into your trades and understanding, like, if I've got $10,000 that is in my trading account, right? I might only take a $1,000 position here, right? I might take another $1,000 position here. I might take a $2,000 position here. I might take another $1,000 or $2,000 position here. But even at that, 2, 4, 5, 6 grand, right? So you still got 40% of your portfolio left, right? And so that's exactly what you want to do, those types of things. Will it get back to $10? Ooh, that's a tough question, my friend. I appreciate you asking. Let's see. We got to zoom out on this bad boy, though. We got to go to the 30-minute chart for that question, man. We got to go to the 30-minute chart. I mean, $10 is like kind of like that, dude, like It's nuts. I mean, look at that thing, man. Okay, so let's just pull the fib from the top to the bottom. I mean, this is your ultimate bottom, right? So technically, from a technical perspective, Boston Jake 505. From a technical perspective, can you get back to 10 bucks? The Fibonacci's are saying that the 0.618 fib could get you back to $10.21. Is that probable? From $4.27 with a lot of downward pressure here. I wouldn't necessarily say it's probable. Is it possible? Yes. Are the technicals saying that you could potentially get there? Yes. Are you going to run into massive resistance here at the 0.236? 100% at $6. Then you've got at $7.50, you've got that resistance, which is a 0.382 and this previous swing low, right? Then you've got this swing high resistance at about $9.35. You're also going to have a little bit of resistance right here at this previous swing high, okay? After we bottomed out down here. Boom. Now you do have a lower high or a lower low, right? Here's your ultimate low. Here's a lower high, right? Than this previous high over here, right? But you now have a higher low. Could you set a higher high and get above this 0.236? I think you could. But ultimately what that's going to come down to is this bad boy right here. BTC, baby. I don't think that it's going to happen right this second, okay? Because Bitcoin is going to be the ultimate determining factor on whether or not Melania can come up here and hit that $12 or even $10 range, right? Best case scenario, in my opinion, take profits right here at the $8.50 to $9 range, right? $8.50. If you got in here, you're an animal, right? If you got in at $3.28, I mean, it's like, it could be really nice. Drop your price predictions in the comment section below. I want to see other people's price predictions. We know what I'm saying, right? I want to hear what you're saying. Look at, I mean, even Alpha Wolf right here, you know, he's saying, hey, look, not tonight. Not tonight. You gonna learn today. Unless she does something on the news, people think she is a rug pull. So most retail is going to stay out of it. I would agree with that sentiment. I would agree with that sentiment, honestly, because I mean, there's a lot of like rug pull talk being on Melania being up here, right? I get that. I mean, look at it. It just, you know, that's what these pump and dumps do, is right there. That's what the chart looks like. Now, I mean, if you go to the Trump chart and you look at it, it looks inherently different, right? I believe it's on this. Yeah, I mean, look at this Trump chart, right? You saw a massive upward trajectory, right? And then a dump, and then you pumped again, and then you dumped, and you're starting to try to pump again, right? I mean, this still has all of the signs of like, yo, this could be, you know, this is still like a pump and dumpy looking chart. But at the very least, here's what you're also seeing. If we get all this BS off of the chart really quick, because I got this thing moving crazy right now. You are seeing a nice rounded bottom on Trump where it's like, yeah, you did dump, but you are starting to see a little bit of a rounded bottom where it's like, you might be getting some momentum here, right? So yeah, I want to see how this is affecting Solana. Because I like Solana for these types of trades, right? So let's see what oh, that's what it was. My bad. Okay, so that answers it. Where's my Solana short? Remember earlier in this stream when I was talking about front running a Head and Shoulders, and you don't just front run it because for whatever reason, right? I front ran a Head and Shoulders on Solana for a very specific reason, right? And here is the reason. I made 740 or 750 bucks on this, and it was like a $1,500 position. I made like 50%, right? Okay. This was the Head and Shoulders, okay? I shorted at 266 bucks, right? Which was right at this neckline, right? I shorted it before we left the neckline, okay? I get that because the break point would have been below 266. I totally get it. But we were running into a technical resistance level right here, right? and we rejected off of it not once, but also twice. And then this candle started to come in red. And I was like, okay, I was in it before this, right? I'm pretty sure I DCA'd into this. I was probably getting in like right here, to be honest with you. And then it came back up here, rejected again. I was like, okay, this is going to play out. And then it did. It played out exactly where we wanted it to play out, right? And boom, we killed it, right? So that is why I front ran the Head and Shoulders, because we were literally getting ready to slam yet again into this resistance level. And we were setting a lower high on the chart, right? And I believe there was a bearish divergence here. Give me 1 second. Where's it at? Yeah. Okay, so right here you can see it, price going up. Where was that bearish divergence? I forget. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get this stuff off of my chart. Head and Shoulders. Get this off here. Okay, I gotta find RSI. Okay, right here, right here. Okay. I believe it was right here. No, there wasn't a bearish divergence on this one. That was on the Bitcoin chart. That's my bad. I'm getting my charts mixed up because we're looking at so many different things all at the same time. I'll show you what a bearish divergence is really quick on the 30-minute chart. It's very, very simple. Very easy to see. Okay, so let's pull up our RSI. This is a bearish divergence right here, okay? Literally. I think it's on the 15-minute chart. That's my bad. Okay, boom, boom. Bam. All right, so bearish divergence, boom, right here. I mean, you can already probably pick it out. If you know what a bearish divergence is, you can pick this out from a mile away, right? So that's from here to here, right? So look what we did on the price chart from there, right? Higher highs on price, lower highs on RSI. Okay, that's a bearish divergence. That's also happening yet again on the 10-minute chart, okay? So let's look at the 10-minute chart, same thing. Boom, it happened all the way from here, right? Let me see this. Boom. Okay, and then you can even extend that out over to here, which is where that happened, right? So you can see 10-minute bearish divergence, boom, easy, very easy to see. Let's see if that's also happening on the 30-minute. Kind of, not really. It's not really a bearish divergence on the 30-minute because that price point would have been like right here. And it's basically, I mean, it's barely trending upwards. And what I mean by that is right here. If you see it, it's almost like angled up, right? So there's not really a bearish divergence there, but what we could look at is market cipher and see if there is a hidden bearish divergence here, which it does seem that there is. Okay, momentum is falling off. Okay, those momentum waves are trending downwards and the price action is going upwards, right? As you can see right here, price action upwards, momentum trending downwards, right? Boom. It's pretty, where's our, bam, right? And VWAP curling downwards. Obviously you have your money flow, which is, it is trending upwards. So you can't say that money flow is also coinciding with it. But actually, yeah, there's no wave there for us to measure. So yeah, we'll just say that there is a bearish divergence on the 15-minute. There's a bearish divergence on the 10-minute. There is a hidden bearish divergence on the 30-minute. And then I bet you if we look at the 45-minute, there's probably one on there too. So let's look at the 45-minute chart and see if there's a hidden bearish divergence there. All right, let me pull this off. Boom. Let's see if there's no bearish divergence on the RSI. Okay, nope, there's nothing there. So let's see if there's a hidden bearish divergence on, nope, there's nothing there either, right? So there's no hidden bearish divergence on the 45-minute chart. My guess is there's nothing on the 1-hour chart yet either, but I do want to check the 5. I do want to check the 5 and see what RSI was doing. Okay, so RSI, yep, there's a massive bearish divergence on RSI. Massive bearish divergence on RSI, which is probably why we're seeing this rejection. And if we go to the 1-minute chart, I almost guarantee you it's going to be on there as well. Same stuff, bearish divergence. So we got a bearish divergence on the 1-minute, on the 5-minute, on the 10-minute, 15-minute, and we've got a hidden bearish divergence on the 30-minute chart. Short term, potential pullback on Bitcoin. Let's find the targets. Let's find our targets. Now that we know these things, I'm going to delete all this stuff off of here because we'll just keep that in our head, right? So that's not going to look good for the meme coin market. It's not going to look good for the altcoin market either, unfortunately. But I mean, you could get a bearish divergence and it literally not move too far. I mean, this is on the 1, the 5, the 10, the 15, and the 30-minute chart. So I mean, that could play out over like 3 to 4 hourly candles, right? And if you look at your cup and handle, right, that could just take you right down here to the bottom end of your cup and handle at about 104, 103.8, and then you just boom, rock it. You see what I'm saying? And you get rid of those bearish divergences. You get rid of the hidden bearish divergence on the 30-minute. You shake all that out, right? You see if there's a hidden bullish divergence at that point on the Bitcoin chart, and then boom. And actually, we can check and see if there was a hidden bullish divergence right here, right? We can see if there's a hidden bullish divergence, and we can see if there's a regular bullish divergence. Okay, so it doesn't seem like there's a bullish divergence there, right? Not on RSI at least. So let's get off of that. See if there's a hidden bull div. Kind of technically a little bit, right? But if you measure it back to here, I mean, it's tough. That's a tough call. I mean, is it a hidden bullish divergence? Kind of. But, you know, you don't really want to see that. What you would rather see is the momentum down here trending up, because that's the difference, right? So the momentum waves down here are not trending up. They're actually getting bigger when price is trending up. So I would not say that that's a hidden bullish divergence by any means. You've got price setting higher highs, and then you've got momentum setting lower lows, or higher lows, and then momentum setting lower lows. If anything, that's a hidden bearish divergence right here, because price's lows are trending up while momentum is trailing off, right? So yeah, that one's a tough one to call on the hourly chart. You know, like Kai the Hitchhiker said, I can't call it. So, you know, I wouldn't put too much weight on that, honestly. I mean, we've got a little bit of strength here. We've got our cup and handle for a potential move up to maybe 112. Solana is pumping right now, which is good news for a lot of people, I'm sure. But we do see it breaking this downward sloping trend channel, or this downward sloping trend line, which is great. So what I would likely see happening is it stalls out up here. Bitcoin probably drops. It comes down here, bullishly retests this, and then starts trending upwards, right? So that's what we're seeing on the 30-minute chart, at least for Solana. In my opinion, I think, you know, Solana is technically trending upwards, right? And it reached a nice little bottom here. If we look at this nice little bottom right here, I mean, that's a double bottom, and it broke out of a falling wedge pattern. It's textbook stuff. I mean, you could measure that and say, okay, we broke out from, say, here. Drag this over here. I mean, you're looking at 283 on Solana. That would be a really good place to start shorting, in my opinion. Just like Bitcoin at 112, 110 would be a great place to start shorting, right it back down to this support zone. That'd be an insane trade. So yeah, if you have anything, I have it at 104.6K. Okay, good way to tell. Let's see what we got in the comments section. Solana blockchain is having problem with transactions, and Coinbase ran out of SOL, so a lot of people couldn't trade it out. Dude, you know what? This is getting into some tinfoil hat stuff. I don't think Coinbase ran into problems on the Solana blockchain. I really don't. I think that whenever Melania launched, Coinbase wanted to list it, right? And then they wanted to like stop people from going and buying it on other exchanges. So they slowed down withdrawals on Solana until they could get it listed. I don't even know if they've got it listed yet, but I doubt they do. But that's just tinfoil hat stuff. Yep, you're absolutely right, man. We banged off of the 200 MA here 2 times, right? Going trending upwards. That would be a downside target for us at about 101 something. So Larry said, you all probably believe in Kanon too. This guy literally said pee pee poo poo. Dude, I love our comment section sometime. You can buy Trump on Coinbase now. Yeah, see what I'm saying? So like, I honestly think that Coinbase was like trying to stop people so that they could list Melania shortly after that. People, yeah, to stop people from doing it. Yeah, you got it at about 99.8. Yeah, I mean, you're probably pretty close. I mean, honestly, you're probably pretty close, like 99.8. The only thing that's going to trip you up on 99.8 is running into the value area high here. And then also the 200 moving average was just above 100K right now. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. But if you are taking into this downward sloping trend channel into consideration, you are looking at about 99K, 98.7, somewhere in that realm. And you're looking at this previous swing low right here, same type of area, right? We're talking 99.5, right? 99.5 exactly, almost, right? Now that means you would have to take out this previous swing low, right? Because we are seeing an upward trending market, right? You're seeing a higher low here, higher low, or higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low, right? So that's why I'm saying like this is looking a little head and shoulders-y. If you get a lower low here and you take out these lows, it would be right around $99,000. So, I mean, that's what I'm targeting. So, I mean, we'll see how it plays out, man. I like the trade as it sits right now. I mean, I like the trade. What you do, this is what you do. I mean, you sit on your hands unless you're in a trade right now, or you can schlong this bad boy, short and long at the same time, right? You can short it and say, okay, I'll stop out of my short if we get right here above, you know, say 108. And I'm going to ride it up. And then you can long it and you can say, I will stop out of my long if we come outside of this range, right? Outside of this cup and handles kind of like little bullish flag, right? Because that's what you're essentially seeing on a cup and handle is a bull flag. That's it, right? And it's literally that simple. That's usually what you're seeing is the inflection point on a bull flag. That bull flag takes you to about 110, 111 almost, right? So my point is that you could schlong this bad boy, right? I'm not telling you to do that. I'm not telling you to whip your schlong out on a Tuesday, right? It is Tuesday, correct? But you could do that. And secondarily, if you see this as a short opportunity, because we are running into massive resistance here, right? We are running into massive resistance. It's stopped here, you know, 2 times, right? So right here, boom, stopped short, fell short, stopped, falling short again, trying to get a little bit of bump down. Let's see what Market Cipher B is saying. Market Cipher B is not saying anything yet. Okay, so there's no like red dots or anything printing. Here's the one thing that's not awesome. Okay, this is what you're seeing. This is called money flow. Okay, money flow has been in the green since last Tuesday, right? Is when it crossed into the green. And look what price did last Tuesday whenever it crossed into the green. Okay, it literally ran from 96K up to 109, right? Now, what you're seeing on Market Cipher is you're seeing that money flow starting to trend downwards now, right? So, and it's trending downwards at an even more accelerated rate right here, okay? While price is also rising, okay? So that is what is called a hidden bearish divergence, right? And if we look, actually, shit, that is a hidden bearish divergence, man, on the 1 hour chart. Daniel. With 2 minutes, with very little time left in the stream, we did find a hidden bearish divergence, right? We did not set a higher high here, so that's why this bearish divergence isn't the best, right? If you really wanted to pull that hidden bearish divergence, it would go right here to this high, okay? Right? But yeah, I mean, you are seeing it. I mean, you are seeing a kind of a hidden bearish divergence, especially on money flow, okay? So just take that into account. Money flow is trickling out of the market, right? This green money flow. And once it crosses into the red and you get a VWAP crossover to the downside, guaranteed you're going to hit a red dot up here. This little green bar is going to flip red. And yeah, 110 long and 99 short is my thoughts. Yeah. Helping confirm your TA. Hey, I do what I can, man. I do what I can. We do this every day, man. We do this every day. We give the levels, we give the trades, we show people what we're doing. We give our thought processes, and I kind of let you get inside of my head to understand, you know, what goes through my head whenever I'm looking at these charts, and hopefully people learn something from it. But here's what I want you to do for me. We got, what, 322 people on this Twitter live stream, right? Man, I need you to go right over here and hit this follow button. Okay, I need you to go right over here and hit this follow button. I need you to hit the like button. Comment whatever you want right on here. That's perfectly fine. And then what I also need you to do, if you are willing to do it, which I would appreciate, right? I would like for you to go over here and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then just 3 clicks, bang, boom, bang on the notification bell. That's all it takes. That's it. That's all it takes. I'm going to unsubscribe to my own channel because I hate myself, right? I hate my braids. Drew's braids suck. I hate Drew's braids. And that's what everybody says whenever they get mad at me because I say something that they didn't like, right? Bitcoin's going to the moon forever, forever, only up. I hate your braids. You look like an idiot. So with that being said, these are the levels that we're seeing on Bitcoin right now. We need to see a confirmation outside of this level, right? We need to see a confirmation outside of this zone right here. You can trail your entries and exits right here, right? If you see a confirmation outside of this zone, you're probably going down here, right? Probably going down to about 98.5, 99K. At the very least, you're probably going to get a little pit stop right here. Boom. Probably going to get a little pit stop right here. Boom. Right? Because if you break outside of this right here, guess what you've already done? You've lost the 100 and the 50. Okay. So there's going to be an inflection point. Watch for the 100 and the 50 to trend up. And if you lose it inside of this channel, it's not looking good. It's looking very bearish to at least come down here and test this 200 moving average. I know I just put a bunch of stuff on the screen. It looks like a bunch of scribbles and spaghetti and stuff like that. But you are going to see this kind of become an inflection point, right? Where it intersects the value area high right here at about 102.2. So if you do enter a short here, just be cognizant of that. Watch it. If it gets caught up at that level, it's a great place to take profits. If it doesn't, right? Okay, cool. Write it back down to the trend channel. No big deal. All good. So with that being said, that's what we're seeing on Bitcoin. That's what we're seeing on Solana. That's what we're seeing on Trump. That's what we're seeing on Melania. With all of that being said, we do this every single day. I know I just said with that being said like 3 times. I'm sorry. Somebody that I know, one of my buddies, is going to make fun of me for that later. So with that being said, okay, make sure that you're hydrating yourself with some high quality Aquapana fresh spring water from a protected stream that's been owned by the Medici since the beginning of time. Okay. There's that, right? And secondarily, this dude, I love it. This dude, oh, he said those braids are straight. Oh, nice, dude. That's a good way to wrap up the stream. It's wrapped. It's a wrap, bro. You don't get to throw no money around or do anything cool today because your braids are dog turds, bro. You suck. You suck. All right. Sounds good, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate in any case, anybody that shows up, man. I appreciate everybody that shows up. So with that being said, we will be on stream tomorrow. We will do it on Twitter. Here's the thing, though. At some point, I'm not going to be live streaming on Twitter anymore. I'm going to be doing it solely on my YouTube. So seriously, please, if you want these levels, if you want this TA, if you want the free trades that I give out that make us money like all the time, if you want that, just go over and subscribe to my YouTube channel, man. It's not hard. Just click the link in my bio. It'll take you right there. Bing, bang, boom. You hit the button 3 times. You hit subscribe. You hit one more time, and then you bang on the notification bell. That's all I'm asking anybody to do. All this stuff is free. We've been offering free content. We've been taking, I think it was in the past 2 days. I think it's 72 hours now. In the past 72 hours, we've taken over $4,000 profits home on $6,000 or less positions. Do with that information whatever you want to do, man. In case you happen to give a F, make sure you're following the channels. I will see you all in the next stream live tomorrow, and we'll see where Trump and Melania finish out, because I think this thing's gonna keep trending. It's already like we'll put it like this. Here, I can tell you, I can give you straight statistics on this, right? Let's go to the Drew Wolf or whatever it's called, Twitter thingy. 1,600 views on this video, right? Look at it, 1,600, right? Then look at, that was yesterday. That was Trump and Melania yesterday, right? Then the one before that, 1,200 views, right? There was like peak concurrent viewers on my stream between Twitter and YouTube on this video was 480. On this video yesterday, peak concurrent viewers between both platforms combined was 800. It was like 790. And right now, what we're seeing right now is 373 peak concurrent viewers. So Trump and Melania is already losing traction. As you can see, 362 views. It's already losing traction. So just understand that whatever's trending, we're going to talk about it. Whatever people actually want to see, we're going to talk about it. But if these things go to zero, we're not going to be talking about them anymore. And I'm going to be talking about other more pressing things on my YouTube channel, like what the heck is going on inside of the cryptocurrency markets as a whole, right? So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. I will see you all in the next stream tomorrow. Peace.